this just seems like kind of the thing that leads to people being really shitty to vegetarians from both the non-vegan and the vegan side of things. You know what I mean? Are you familiar with that phenomenon?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because so
I mean, you can run it down.
Omnivores will trash vegetarians because omnivores are constantly insecure about the fact that they're like, you know, participating in the slaughter of animals, and they feel bad whenever they see a person not eating a burger because they get reminded of that. And vegans don't like vegetarians because
is that really true? Do I run around attacking vegetarians and vegans because I feel guilty about eating
I certainly don't.
I don't think I've ever heard a vegan attack a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Right.
I do feel sorry that they can't eat meat, but
I mean, I was going to give Doomer a wrench, but then I found out that he's a vegan and that makes me feel guilty for killing animals. So now I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Fuck you.
Well, you're just a bad person. Sitch.
Get over
You're
your
fucking
guilt.
carnist.
Not only do I eat the meat,
feel
blood
guilty.
mouth.
the reason I eat meat is not because I like the taste. I actually think meat tastes gross. I just enjoy the fact that an animal died.
Yeah.
to sustain me.
You just get off on the suffering.
Yes, specifically. I'll only eat the most unethical meat. So like veal or, something where like the animal or foie gras or whatever, I got to eat the most unethically sourced meat.
Yeah, I'll tell people that I'm not a vegan to like minimize suffering to animals. I'm actually vegan to maximize suffering to plants.
Exactly.
Compromised that they're still willing to eat animal derived products. Yeah, but they're aware of the fact that eating meat is bad, but they're not willing to go all the way. They'll still participate in consuming animal products. The consequence of this system, though, is that like people get discouraged from even dipping their toes into veganism because any like entryist point ends up getting swamped with people who are accusing you of not adhering yourself to all the moral standards that you're going to find.
Citation needed.
Well, first of all, yeah, I don't even know if this is true, but even if this was true, we're not talking about entry-level point. We're talking about the grand poobah here, okay? So if you had the most popular vegan streamer in the world who's making all this money, and it turns out that they're fucking lying and they're eating meat, yeah, that's not the entry point, Vaush. That's the fucking top. That's the top of the pyramid. There's nowhere else to go.
Further down the road. When it comes to like socialism or whatever, the reason why hypocrisy just isn't a thing on my mind is because it feels like that moral framework or even looking out for that sort of thing will only lend itself towards making your movement more difficult to like participate in and get up off the ground. You see this all the time with like woke scolding and gatekeeping on the online left as well, where the moment you become a leftist, you're expected to check your privilege and adopt 47 different fucking ethical understandings of the way in which being white is bad.
So Vaush's position here is that morality for being moral's sake doesn't actually matter. You should only be moral in order to win some game of politics and power struggle at the end of the day. You shouldn't just be moral.
Yeah, it'd be great to talk to him about morality. I'm curious his thoughts about moral intuitions and all those kinds of
I'd love
things.
to ask him some questions on morality. It'd be interesting to see how that went.
If people are expected to live up by their own standards, it just makes it harder for them to declare themselves as socialists. And I don't want that.
How does he even define morality?
Who
I
fucking
don't know.
knows?
That's a good question.
Join the right, you don't have to learn shit. You can just be a dumb fuck and they'll just accept you, And the consequence of that, even though you are...
I'm sorry,
not true.
you've spent the last 2 hours saying that you don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
to be a
what the
socialist.
fuck? You're so right. What the fuck?
God.
That's what he's saying. He's like, we need to be like the right.
Yeah.
We need to have no standards. Like, okay. And that's his position.
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
Standards
encouraging better
bad.
behavior from people on the left is that the right is incredibly good at pulling over fuck tons of teenagers who have no understanding of this shit, and then the left is really bad at it. And the left, despite being better,
Wait.
Is he just describing
that's
Hassan?
completely
He just
ridiculous.
described Hassan.
Yes. What fucking world does he live in?
What the fuck projection is
Who are all
this?
these fucking people? Who are these fucking people on Twitter following Hassan?
Yeah.
Who are all these fucking woke skulls that are 16 years old? Who are all these right wing kids that are getting sucked up?
Yeah.
By,
There are
Steven
some
Crowder?
there's some young right wing people, but there's way more fucking young socialists.
Yeah. Who are these
Fucking
people who are
idiots.
like, Mitch McConnell is
Subbing
my
Hassan.
hero? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
because it's all an aesthetic to those people. They'll
Yes.
flip from one camp to the other depending on which one feels like a
Mhm.
better atmosphere.
Right. But right now it's the left that's got all the kiddies in their grip.
The left is always cooler than the right. Let's be honest here. Ben Shapiro looks like a square.
That's
You
true.
don't
He
want to be
does.
on Ben Shapiro's side.
He is a square.
I'm upset when he makes good arguments because I'm
I
like,
mean-
this guy's a dork. I don't want to agree with him, but his argument is true.
His wife has a separate bedroom. Okay, come on.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. You don't want to agree. You want to run from that. Vaush is completely incorrect here.
Well, this is the perpetual victim. Like I have to, if I put ourselves as the oppressed, as the victim, then I can justify all sorts of terrible behavior.
Look at that stuffy academic agent. Are you kidding me? The kids are like, this is the cool guy?
Listen, he's TradCon, okay? He wants us to all have harems, like a good TradCon, right?
You just conservatism. You gotta admit, it's a little square, okay? It's not the cool. It's not the cool team.
That's right. That's true.
This is why, like Lauren Southern was such a win for them because it's like she's cool. Yeah, it's like conservatism is not cool.
Is she cool or is she hot?
Well, she's hot and cool. I mean, hot and cool kind of go hand in hand.
That's true. That's true.
All
Yeah.
right, fair enough.
What we call hool.
Yeah, exactly. But who else? I guess.
People
mean,
probably
right?
people think Crowder is cool, probably, or funny.
Crowder is not cool. I hate
Oh,
to
oh,
spoil
you know
it
who's
for
cool?
you guys, but
You know who's really cool is Dennis Prager.
oh my god,
The
you're making
cutting
my
edge
argument here.
of radical culture.
You know,
right
you
there.
had me for like a second, dude.
Yeah, Dennis Prager's a
my God.
perfect example of what I am talking about. Okay. Yes, exactly.
What about look? Got Stossel. He's got that cool mustache. Okay, that
See,
cool
all of
'80s
this-
pedophile mustache.
Everything Vaush is saying here just is blown away by an image of Dennis Prager. Like he literally needs to put an image of Dennis Prager on the screen.
Oh God, Tucker Carlson's one of the coolest ones.
Yes, exactly. No, you guys are getting this. Who
No,
is
there's
the
just-
cool?
Trump is the coolest of them.
Oh Jesus! There actually no. There's someone that's cool on the right. What's his name? The guy on the five. He's pretty funny.
On the 5?
Yeah, he has his own show late at night. What's his name?
Oh, Alex Jones?
Gutfeld, Greg Gutfeld.
Greg
So
Gutfeld. Yeah,
His
he looks like he
name,
could be a cool guy.
his
Alex Jones
name
is cool.
is Gutfield.
Oh my! Look at Adam.
Tell
Look
me.
at this. It's so judgmental. So judgmental. Who on the left is cool in like the political space right now?
You got Madonna.
You got Dick Media.
She doesn't look like an old. She's like an 80-year-old lady pretending like she's 40. Okay, like
That's why it just doesn't work. She needs to join Team Conservative
Yeah,
and
I
sit down
know.
and shut the fuck up. Okay?
I don't know who the cool lefties are though. I don't see them either.
The cool lefties.
You mean like in the mainstream media?
Yeah, like it's a pundit. You know.
No, I don't even know who any of those people are. So
Yeah.
they've
I
kind
don't
of
know.
all lost their minds, haven't they?
That's the problem is that there'd be someone cool and then they'd come out politically and you're like,
Yeah.
this person's fucking cringe as shit now.
Yeah.
Remember like Clint Eastwood? Everyone's like, Clint Eastwood's cool. And then he like had his weird talking and yelling at a
Talking
chair.
to the
and
chair? I
and everyone's
know.
like, what the fuck? is
Completely
that was so
ruined it.
fucking weird. Yeah.
Completely ruined it. Yeah, you
Alright.
can't see a clinic. You're
Yeah.
like Dirty Harry. You've lost your mind. It's an empty chair. Go ahead, chair. Make my day.
Right.
It's like
Is it-
the father. Like, come on, Grandpa.
Yeah.
How could he not
exactly.
know that
That's-
wasn't going to work?
Right.
That you need editing for that to work. You should know that. You're a fucking film director.
That's true. That's true. And here's the same thing. Anytime a celebrity comes out with some fucking like Jon Stewart came out and he was like chastising people complaining about cancel culture. And I was like, well, there goes Jon Stewart.
Oh, I know. We lost Jon Stewart.
We lost Jon
He
Stewart.
was
F in the
cool.
chat.
He was like the last of the cool.
Yep. Gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Tragic.
over. None of these people are cool.
All the cool people,
Mhm.
they're centrist.
Yeah.
Like Chappelle.
Just like Lauren Southern. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, wait.
There you go. There you
One
go.
of the top comments on this debate is you should have asked, at what level of wealth would you call Hassan's lack of material investment in anything socialist suspicious as the world's wealthiest socialist streamer?
Ooh, yeah. Someone's swinging for the fences. Maybe Vaush will talk to that guy next.
Every imaginable way is fighting an uphill battle because we care about people being perceived hypocrites, and the right doesn't. They just accept people. That makes our movement weaker, and we're not talking about like crocheting clubs here. We're talking about who fights for the future of the world. A weaker left movement is a weaker world.
Can I just say,
Yeah,
like an overall review of
please.
this fucking shit? If you're a Vaush fan, like, this is catastrophic, this whole video. Like, the amount of terrible points that have been made, the amount that, like, go back on so many things that he said, and then the overall point of hypocrisy is fine. Like,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
catastrophic. You can make a whole breakdown video of just this debate.
Yes, it's terrible. The
Yep.
right
Is
doesn't care
this-
about hypocrisy? Really?
Well, he's saying he doesn't care about
Really?
hypocrisy.
I know. It's so weird.
So we covered the Kyle Rittenhouse debate. What was the second one we covered?
The debate? I don't know. I can look it up.
I feel like Mahler was on all of our Vaush coverage.
Really?
I don't think I've been on all. I hope
was
not.
it?
That would look really awkward.
What was the second one? The Kyle Rittenhouse was the first one, right?
I wasn't on that.
You weren't on that.
No.
No.
What was the one you were on?
Are
I
you
was on
sure
the-
you didn't jump in?
No, because the
Feels
first time I covered something like this with you guys was the Destiny Vaush one, where they talk about. Remember we talked about the whole the person who's aware of the problem and does it, or the person who isn't aware of the problem and does it, and who's worse.
Oh, right.
Nature of
Okay.
evil and stuff.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, but what do you think is worse, this conversation or the Kyle Rittenhouse conversation for Vaush?
It's got to be this one, right? Because
Yeah.
at least with the Kyle one, that's isolated to specific circumstances. While this one is just this applies to life as a whole.
Yeah,
This
he's
is everything.
destroyed his own ideology in this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
This is
the that's a really good point. The Rittenhouse conversation is like incredibly fucking cringe, but his ideology was intact. Like, you could just there's like 2 or 3 quotes from this conversation, and just every single fucking thing he's trying to build is dead. Literally, his entire fucking ideology crumbles.
We literally have 2 shows. Show 123 and 124 that's titled Destiny versus Vaush on Socialist Hypocrisy, featuring Mahler, Frank, and Sargon.
right. Yeah, that was the second one we covered. Yeah.
So I guess I understand why he's so anti, like, hypocrisy doesn't matter. We literally have channel. We have videos on our channel.
The
accusing him-
combination of
Yeah.
us and Doomer just nailed the coffin. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
A Team S Class and Doom Patrol, and we got this motherfucker on the ropes.
That's right.
Yes.